Grüezi Philipp.
Hi Kevin.
Soon will be the World Brewers Cup Championship in Melbourne.
Yes, pretty soon. To name it, it's a bit less than 2 weeks ahead, and we're leaving on Friday.
You will be there as a trainer.
Yes, I am lucky and fortunate to assist Vivi, that's the Swiss Brewers champion, as a coach.
And how does the preparation for a World Championship look like? Is there a difference to the Swiss Championship? Is it the same but more intense, or how do you prepare for such a big event?
Yes, it looks like a bit different since in the Swiss you're kind of a baby barista, and as soon as you win, kind of move up to the serious stuff, because World Championships does mean that you're competing against, in this case, 39 different other national brewers champions. So each of them is already very good and the best of each nation, and of course for that reason the level is super high. Each year it's a huge battle for the win of the national or the world champion, of course.
So there is in every country a national championship. There is around 5, 10, 15 competitors, and the winner of each country has the possibility to go to the World Championships.
Yes, that's correct. And that competition is held each year once for each competition. So there are several. Brewers is one of them. And in Brewers, the preparations after winning the Swiss Championship now become more serious. That means more trainings, more brewing, more researching, more about finding the right coffee for the competition. What does that mean? I mean, sounds easy, but it's not, because since the level is very high, you need to find a coffee that is capable, of course, of competing against so many other good coffees that are brought to Melbourne.
Yeah. So after winning the Swiss Championship, you basically changed the coffee.
Yes, we did change the coffee.
With the change of the coffee, you have to change the whole routine, the whole show that you tell the judges.
Yes, the whole show changes, maybe the topic changes, maybe some competitors even change the brewing method. You rethink water, you try to find the right roast profiles. Sounds easy, but on that level it's pretty like geeking around to really nail it, and of course making the competitor able to maybe, or that's at least the goal, to win the championships.
Yeah.
And on top you start realizing that you need to think about logistics.
Yeah.
Because it's in Melbourne, which means you need to think about how to travel there, what is the best flight connection, I mean, because it's pretty far away, Melbourne, it's in Australia. How do you bring all your equipment to Australia?
Yeah.
Which already is a huge challenge, because Australia has high restrictions on importing anything. So then talking to sponsors, talking to the organization, the World Coffee Championship organization, to get all the appointments, all the dates where you need to show up and be there, your competition times. So there's as well a whole planning of your time schedules there. Then how to bring you water, because it's not just water that you're using, it's very particular and very important water that needs to be replicated from where you use it. That means you really have to think about that and really think of how you bring it there, because that means weight. Weight is a money issue. So it's better if you find maybe a local water, and then you need to find someone that maybe receives the water, keeps it for you, and then where you're gonna pick it up. Same thing for grinder, because a grinder normally is pretty heavy. Besides, you use just a hand grinder, that could be a solution, but in our case it is a pretty large grinder, so we have someone that is taking our grinder, and it's gonna wait there, and we're gonna pick it up. And then the same thing with equipment beside that. So there's a lot of glassware, cups, and so on that you need to organize how to bring it there the easiest and most convenient way.
Yeah. So it's basically two parts. It's basically redoing the whole show with the coffee, but also the whole logistics, how to even get your stuff to the championship.
Yes. Yeah. And then of course, where do you locate your hotel? Because you don't want to travel too far from the hotel to the venue, because that means more stress, and that might be another issue, because you want to go there and not having too many stress, because the competition itself means a lot of stress for the competitor, because there's a lot of pressure. You're competing against the best of the best, and that's probably already pretty tough, I guess.
Can we talk about language for a second? When doing the Swiss Championship, you can do the show in German. You can also do it in English. You're basically free to do what you like.
Yes.
How is it when you compete on world's level?
On world's level, you're free to use any language you're fine with, but you need to have a translator. So you can have someone that is in behind of you translating for the competitor. But of course you lose a lot of tension, a lot of detail and emotion probably with having a translator in the back of you.
So you prefer to do the shows in English?
Yes, because I guess even if you're not really aware of speaking English properly, you still can learn a text and just speak the given text.
Yeah. Okay. When the show starts at the World Championships, where are you at this moment?
Myself?
Yes.
I'm gonna be in the audience, I guess, or somewhere close to the backstage.
Screaming?
No.
Shouting?
No, hopefully not, because you're not allowed to. But other than that, as a coach, that's the moment where you lose control, which often is not really a good feeling. But in the same time, hopefully at that point there is a lot of trust in the competitor, because you've done everything, and the competitor is very good prepared, and it's time for them to shine on stage. Yeah. And then of course anything that happens is something that you take in account, and hopefully not too much, just good things are happening on stage. Other than that, it's competition. Anything can happen, obviously.
And we will talk about this in the later episode. When you're back from Melbourne, we will recap the whole championship, how the experience was and what happened.
Correct, yeah. So we keep you updated. Follow us as well on Instagram. We're gonna showcase lots of details from the Worlds, and of course bring you some video material from the Worlds after we're back here in Switzerland.
Yes.